Hey guys, Jacob with Jacob Comics. All right, we have a really fun episode. We're going to be reviewing the brand new creative team on Batman Detective Comics 1062 with this kind of interesting cover. I honestly can't say I really like it. I sort of looked to see if I was like, I don't really like it. So I was like, I'll get a variant. And I didn't like any of the variants like at all. Not even Libra Mayos. So I don't know what happened this week, but yeah, there we go. That's the weird bordered cover they got there for the first issue of Ram V and Albuquerque's run. All right, guys. So before we get dived into that, as always, we got a couple things to cover. Now, first off, I want to let you guys know about the 500 subscriber giveaway. When we hit 500 subscribers, we'll be giving this book away. It's the Silver Cerberus #1. The first time you ever see the Silver Cerberus in comics. It's his first appearance, the origin story, and yeah, it's just super cool. If you're a Cerberus fan, that's a cool comic book. All right, guys, and yeah, there's a couple other things. All you have to do is like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and that'll enter you to win. And yeah, when we hit 500 subscribers, we'll be raffling off the book, and somebody's gonna win it. All right, guys. Then there's a couple other things we have to cover before we get completely dived into the issue. As always, I gotta first off tell you that we're gonna be going heavy into spoilers for Detective Comics 1062, and yeah. So, and the second thing that we always got to do is shout out the creative team, because without the creative team, we wouldn't have a comic book, right, guys? So first off, we have Ram V as the writer, Raphael Albuquerque as the artist, Dave Stewart as the colorist, Ariana Maher as the letters on the first part of the story, and there is a backup story as well. So to start the Detective Comics 1062, I believe we're introduced to a character that we haven't met before. He seems to be an actor in a play who is playing some sort of part. Either that or possibly this is in Batman's dreams. It could be in Batman's dreams. It's not completely clear. There's a chair in the audience that says it's reserved for Bruce Wayne. He's not there. Then we see Batman, and he sort of wakes up from a nightmare very similar later. So after reading it, I kind of think that that's probably what's going on there, is that's in Batman's dreams. Um, However, we get into the issue here, and he he's basically tracking these bad guys as usual, right? And it's just an example of some of the art there going on, and he tracks the bad guys. He says some stuff. He's like, they know I'm coming. Fear leads to mistakes, and I don't make many. And he pretty much starts beating on him. But then this guy comes up, and he's like Bruno Maroni, and it's Sal's nephew, apparently, Sal Maroni. But as he comes up, he kind of turns into this zombie-looking monster, and Batman and him get into a fight. And the main thing from that, Batman defeats him and he gets turned to ash, is that Batman feels a little off. He's not quite sure what's wrong. Talia shows up and actually kind of helps Batman defeat the bad guy, but then she gets away before he can stop her and question her anymore. And so he's a bit concerned about that, right? About the fact that he just feels a little off. So he gets back to the brownstone in Gotham City, where he's currently living because he doesn't have the mansion anymore, right? And he's doing blood panels on himself, talk screen, lacerating clotting response. Everything's coming back normal. He can't figure out what's wrong with him. But then Nightwing calls him, and they're talking on the phone, and Nightwing kind of figures out like what's going on. He's like, because Bruce keeps asking questions about Maroni and about this guy, and if he knows anything as to why he turned into a giant monster, right? And Nightwing's like, you're worried that you got infected, aren't you? Because you wouldn't be up at 3 a.m. doing all these tests on yourself if you weren't, right? And Bruce says, I can feel it. Something's off. Something's wrong. I was off tonight by 3 seconds. I let Talia get away. I need to find out what's going on and fix it. And Nightwing says, Bruce, you ever consider the fact that you just might be getting too old for... And Batman cuts him off and says, don't make me come down there, Grayson. And Nightwing says, ha, I'd kick your butt, old man. Look, I'll keep an eye out and an ear to the ground here in Bloodhaven. Before I go, what were they smuggling anyways? And Batman says, mostly just antiques. I brought a few things back with me. Some of them are quite old, valuable possibly. I'm looking at one of them right now. There's a cube in the box. Tests show it's got some kind of contraption within, quite complex for how old it is. Beyond that, it's both familiar and alien at once, and I can't seem to put my finger on a period or a location that it comes from. And then we cut to, again, I've never seen these characters, but someone named Arzin, who's talking with his mom, who sends him to Gotham with two muscle, basically, named Shavad and Niang, and says that they're going to meet Gale in Gotham, and that Gale's already there. And that once they all get there, they're going to execute a plan, although they don't really tell us what that is. Then we cut to Gale, who's already in Gotham. He's kind of trying to negotiate some sort of a usage of the docks in Gotham, but there's a bat signal going on currently, and so the people that he's paid off to help him smuggle or do whatever are not willing to help him anymore, and they're like, not while the bat signal's going on. He says that's unacceptable, and he kind of gets like, I'll show you guys, like vampire eyes maybe, down here on the bottom of this one. And then they're all dead. It shows outside some ghostly figures wearing hoods, cleaning bloody daggers, and all those dudes, all those dudes in that mafia are dead. And Mr. Gale says, Mr. Arzin will arrive soon, and there must be no blemishes when the light shines upon us. So maybe vampires? I'm not quite sure. Anyways, back to Bruce, and Bruce is definitely having a nightmare. I'll show you the panel. If you check out both sides too. He's having a nightmare. Not sure. Like maybe Bruce got infected. But this creature comes out and it says, in whose nightmare a shadow did rise. For no devil or demon did he quake. For shadows have no soul to take. Wake up, Bruce, open your eyes. Where are you, demon you call each night, and try so hard not to see? You fear to look into yourself and see my face, yet it is you who resides within me. But you can still hear me, can't you, Bruce? In darkness does fear reside. Listen to the bell that tolls my name. Barbatos. It chimes upon the wind. Barbatos. It knells in the deep. Listen. And Bruce wakes up, and there's some sort of music box playing on his table from the stuff that he got from those guys that they were smuggling. And he goes, it's a music box, as he picks it up, and then it says to be continued. And then the backup story, it's very wordy, and I'll just really briefly explain what's going on. Basically, we have Detective Gordon, who's no longer Detective Gordon. He's retired, so he's just Mr. Gordon, and he's kind of depressed and sad about it, and he wishes that he had something to do to continue saving the world. He feels useless. Then this former detective friend of his comes in and kind of dumps off this uh, streetwalker upon him, who he's like, okay, she has a case, her son's missing, and the police won't take it because she's a heroin addict, and so yeah, I don't know, but that's what they're going with, and so they won't take her case, and they dumped her off on old retired Gordon. He decides he's going to go ahead and take the case, and while he's investigating, he finds out where this kid could possibly be, shows up to where he could possibly be, and then the guy actually like hits him. I think I can't really tell. The art's difficult to tell. But then the guy says, "You shall receive no further warning, sir. Let me be, or by God, I shall see that you rue the provocation." And he says, "Jonas, that's the girl's son's name." And he says, "No, no, I do not believe that is my name." And they show this final panel here. And just, I want to give you one more panel of the backstory so you can kind of get an idea of what I'm gonna talk about. Okay. All right, and then I gotta show this too. It just is what it is. It's a review. I'm not trying to be mean, but I thought that was like the Punisher or something. That's Batman, I guess, right there on that panel I showed. And then after that, on the next page, there's another, like down here at the bottom. That's apparently Batman. I'm not exactly sure. I mean, it's Batman, but so man, I definitely liked Batman a lot more. The 2 weeks ago, the changing of the guard on Batman to a new creative team, and then now we have 2 weeks later, Detective Comics changing the guard to Ram V and Albuquerque, and I definitely had high hopes. I had not ever seen Albuquerque's art, but I've always liked Ram V's writing, and I can't say that there was anything I disliked about the writing in the first half of the book. The second half is written by Cy Spurrier, and again, I don't really seem to enjoy anything I read by Spurrier, honestly. And additionally, the art in the front, guys. I'm trying to be nice, guys. The art in the front, I didn't like. It wasn't for me. It was kind of like hey guys, if you really like that Judge Dredd style, real murky and kind of like misdrawn characters that don't look exactly right. Hey man, you might definitely enjoy this, but that's not for me. And so honestly, guys, I was very disappointed with this issue. The writing by V was so jumpy too, between like 5 different stories within 16 pages that they give you when they cut these things in half and stick a backup story in them. I have to continue this, like it's going on. I don't like the backup stories. I'm not a fan. I think they need to stop doing that. It's just not good. It's not good. I don't want to pay an extra dollar for a story I don't want. Please stop doing it, DC. I don't know. It totally took me out of this issue too, and kind of made it even more of a struggle, where it was already kind of a struggle, and I maybe would have gave it a thumbs up, but then the backup issue just continued the downward spiral of art that doesn't belong in a mainline Batman title. I'm sorry. I'm trying to be nice. I don't know what happened with this. If you guys picked it up and saw it too, like I'm sure you thought the same thing, like kind of taken back, like really? This is your new creative? Detective Comics 1062 gets a thumbs down. From a bad cover to bad interior art honestly, like in my opinion. It's just, everybody likes what they like. I disliked the art in this entire issue. Um, and just story writing by Ram V that I don't know where it's going, I guess. And it was too jump into too many different things at once, telling five different stories at once. And it's like I think he should have honed in to two of those topics and kind of spent this issue telling us about those two topics, and then he could have expanded in the further issues that he's in his further arc that he's going to be writing here. He could have expanded those topics into bringing in those other elements of the story that he's planning on telling, but he kind of dropped all five different disparate stories into the same thing, and I'm not sure exactly what's going on because you've got these people coming in, and I'm pretty sure they're like first appearances. I don't know who these people are. At the same time, Batman's feeling off. He's fighting one of the Maronis, who turns into an undead person. They don't, we don't know why. Batman thinks maybe he was infected by that, but he's not sure what's going on. At the same time, he's having these dreams. Like, I mean, I guess like there are questions. I'm curious. There are questions. I'll probably pick up the next issue. I I definitely sort of hope that they get a different artist. Honestly, I'm not I'm not a fan. I'm sorry. I really feel bad, like, because I know sometimes, like, I have artists that watch this channel, and if you end up watching this, bro, I'm really sorry. It's just not for me, and it probably is for some people out there. There are people who definitely enjoy the Judge Dredd style. I don't, and I was kind of surprised to see it in Detective Comics, I guess. I'd like a more clean look for Batman, a more defined character that looks the same panel by panel. Um, yep, that's what I got. Thumbs down. I kind of went on and on. I don't know. I just wanted to explain myself and why. Um, anyways, that's what I have today, guys. Yeah, like I said before, like, comment, and subscribe if you guys do like this kind of content. It'll enter you to win the Silver Cerberus #1. And yeah, when we hit 500 subscribers, we'll raffle the book off and somebody will win it. Also, hey, if you guys do like this kind of content, you want to help to support the channel, check me out on Instagram at Jacob_comic. So the same as my YouTube, but without the S on the end. I do IG live sales a lot, and I have great deals. And additionally, also, you could, if you don't want to do that, you could click the link below too and shop on my eBay store, and I'll send you some comic books. All right, guys, we'll see you tomorrow, and have a great day.